Make the ground shake.
What's going on, guys? My name is Renegade. Today we're here for AQW news. This week we've actually got a new overlay. You'll be able to see it on screen right now. This was made by Redzonetrooper. I'll leave his links in the description down below. I always leave his link in the description down below, as he did create my intro as well, and all of my channel art. If you are interested in purchasing any of like art or intro or an overlay even from Redzonetrooper, then click on the selfie link for him in the description. No, that wasn't S-E-L-F-I-E. It was actually S-E-L-L-F-Y, where you can purchase like channel art and stuff of him. He didn't pay for this or anything. I just thought I'd promote him as he has done an amazing job with it. Leave your comments in the comment section down below. Leave your opinion on the new overlay. But without any further ado, let's get into AQW news. So this week, I thought I'd just quickly go over at the start of the video what the server rewrite actually is. I've practiced this quite a few times, and I think I can get it pretty short. Basically, guys, the server rewrite is the AQW staff members, the AE staff members. Basically, what they're doing is they're completely overdoing the entire game. They're completely recreating the entire game in a new system, which allows for new features, allows for a lot of bugs and exploits to be patched, such as botting, and just a lot of bugs such as like the where you can have quests open constantly, like with the deleting an AC item glitch. There are a lot of glitches, but a lot of features can also be added. It's going to be completely remade, and it's actually opening it up to be ported over to other platforms such as Steam or iOS and Android. That's basically what the server rewrite is, guys. I had a lot of people asking on the previous video, so yeah, that's basically what the server rewrite is. Before we get into the actual news, I thought I'd mention that the Nulgath rares for his birthday have now left AQW, but you can still access all of the orbs and quite a few of his other items. The actual area itself that was released within the event is still there. You just can't access the rares shop. So you can still grind for those orbs, and you can still grind for the armors that are associated with them, but you can't access his rares anymore. So our next piece of news is actually Heroes Heart Day, which is this Friday. So I've already gone over this a little bit, but I thought I'd just mention it again. Basically, this year's Heroes Heart Day event will be all of the previous year's events returning, or just the seasonal stuff that usually will return again, along with a new event. We don't really have much information on the event itself, but we do have confirmation that there will be 3 new sets. I don't know how many will be rare, but I have seen 3 new sets so far. I haven't looked too in-depth into this because it isn't absurdly interesting or anything, in my opinion, but there are 3 sets as of now, and one of them is made by Tana, which looks pretty insane. It's like a mecha love set. I don't know, it's kind of pink and red and blue with like, it's kind of like a robot theme, I guess, and that is called the Battle Cupid set, spelt not as you'd actually think though. Then we have a couple of sets coming from Goddess AQW, or she calls herself M Lily D on Twitter. Basically, we're getting a green set. I actually think, yeah, they're both color custom actually. So I'm actually not too sure on that. There is 2 sets. I'll put them both on screen together. There is a set that'll be on the left side, which is like green, and I believe that's the one she's referring to, because she says in the tweet, gear for Valentine's Day, fully color custom, expo is removable. So obviously she's referring to the set on the left, but she also could be referring to the set on the right when she says it's color custom, although the fact is that that one looks like it's more themed towards to be like pink, so I don't know. But the one on the left does look better in my opinion, but the one on the right is like a more of a love themed one. So yeah, I guess they both look pretty decent, and the other set looks really good as well. So yeah, look forward to those coming this weekend. Before we get into the big piece of news this week, I thought I'd mention as well there is going to be a event next week, so not this week coming up, not the Heroes Heart Day event for this weekend, but the weekend after. We are getting a Evil Hubtown event coming from Aeon or Eon AE. Please correct me on that. I do want to pronounce names correctly. He is at Aeon, AEON _ AE on Twitter, by the way. I thought I'd give him credit for this because this looks actually really interesting. We've got just basically a lineup of NPCs, and they all look fairly interesting, actually. Including like a Polish-themed NPC, so I presume there's something to do with Nulgath maybe in there. I hope so. But there is 5 NPCs, so it looks like it could be a fairly lengthy event, actually. We don't really have much more information on it other than that it's coming out next week. And it has some sort of tie-in with Dark Blood, which is really, really strange. We did get a tweet from Alina, and along with, like, it just matches the image above that I already put on screen. There's like a lineup of NPCs. The one on the far right was confirmed by Alina. Well, not directly confirmed, but, you know, she said, when you're a blacksmith, you build up muscle no matter whether you're male, female, human, or Dark Blood. So they are Dark Blood characters. So, yeah. They are Dark Blood characters, and they're part of an evil event. Very weird. Looks pretty interesting, though. Just thought I'd mention that. We'll get into the big piece of news this week to end. Alright, so our big piece of news this week, the one that I hope all of you guys have been waiting for, is, of course, Dage's birthday. And in pure Dage's birthday fashion, we are getting a really big build-up to this. It's on March 2nd, roughly. That's basically when that Dage's birthday is, so expect the release to start sometime before that usually, or it might start after it depending on how they're progressing through all the stuff, but it looks like Dage is getting through all the rares pretty well. So there's a Dark Caster armor, and I believe, I'm not familiar with the Dark Casters from the past, like they're not fresh in my memory, but if I saw them I'd probably recognize them. Now I believe it's a remake of the original Dark Caster armor. Don't quote me on that. That's what I'm getting from these sort of images and tweets and stuff from Dage. I'll put a lot of this on screen, but basically the big gist of it is we're finally getting a new face. The eyes look very different. We're not getting the sort of happy, innocent eyes that have just been on everything within AQW, with a very few exceptions. Dage has actually redesigned the face, and the hair looks the same, but he's put basically a comparison image on screen. It's best to look at it. There's less glow coming from the eyes. It looks more evil, looks more determined. Undertale reference there. And I don't know, I guess it just looks more menacing, which is really, really good, because Dage is obviously evil, and so you want to make it look more evil. Now, he put a really, really annoying GIF on screen. I won't be able to put the actual GIF on screen, as it is a Vine. It's not actually a GIF, so I can't like download it or whatever. But he basically just posted like a really blurry picture, but he does actually have a high detailed picture, so I'll post that on screen up right now while I talk about the other things to do with this armor. So this is presumably what everyone's going to be excited about. I have no sentimental like memories whatever with this armor, with the original Dark Caster. I don't have any complaints with it. I've never used it, never had it or whatever. So it's not really as big of a deal to me, but I presume it's a massive deal to a lot of people. So Dage first of all said, we will see a Legion token version of Dark Caster this year, but no promises. Dark Caster is meant to support AQW, which is why it's AC's, no other reason. Dark Caster would be awesome this year. I will do my best to make sure both Legion token and AC sides are happy, so let us all unrustle our jimmies and be happy. So, yeah, he posted a comparison image. I'll put that on screen as well, compared to the old, I presume, and the new. And also I'll put some other blades and stuff that he's featured there as well on screen for you guys as well. But basically, within that conversation, he was replying back and forth between another AE staff member, and he basically said, the gist of it I get is that he was talking with another AE staff member in publicly on Twitter, and the gist of it is that Dage is basically, they were sort of talking about how botters have ruined the value behind Legion tokens, and how like it's changed between how it used to be, and the other staff member he was talking to basically said that 300 Legion tokens back like a couple of years ago is now as easy to farm as like 8,000 Legion tokens. So they were talking about buffing the requirements for armors and stuff like that, new armors, a lot. So we saw with last year's birthday event that the armor itself, which I think you can still access, well, one of the armors at least, was like 10,000 Legion tokens or something ridiculous. So they're probably going to do the same thing again and make it really, really expensive. That's the general gist of it. I will try and find this conversation. I cannot find it. I'm scrolling up and down on Twitter as I'm speaking right now, and I can't find it. Here we go. I think I have. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so... Oh, no, I haven't, actually. Rest in peace. Okay, well, I can't find that, but that's basically exactly what they were talking about. Just... He talked about increasing the Legion token requirement to a point where it wouldn't annoy players, because it is very, very easy to obtain Legion tokens but it's still like enough to make it difficult to farm. And so I believe the compromise, instead of just making it exclusively AC like they were probably going to, Dage is probably going to make the requirement really, really high. So if you were planning to get this year's Dark Caster armor, the armor that was on screen just before, or maybe still on screen, I don't know how I'm going to edit this video, then start farming now. Like, you want to start getting these Legion tokens together, because if you can't spend a lot of time in AQW, which I know a lot of people can't, then you want to just start farming those Legion tokens with whatever your most efficient method available to you is. Whether it's pets or whether it's the Exalted Soul Cleaver method. There's a lot of methods you can use, and I highly suggest you start farming Legion tokens now, because it's going to be expensive, or just ACs. So, yeah. That's basically all the information we've got on the Dark Caster and event this year. I didn't talk too much about the event itself. We haven't really got much information on that. Like I said before, all those images on screen are items that he has made for the event, so I presume they're keeping at a pretty steady pace with the event so far, so I hope it's going to be ready by the time Dage's birthday comes around, which is, like I said, 2nd of March, so it's about 2 or 3 weeks away. It's actually about a month away, 4 weeks away. Today, actually, is Wednesday the 10th for me, which is exactly 4 weeks behind the 2nd of March. So yeah, look forward to all that stuff, guys. If you guys did enjoy the video, remember to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.